All right, y'all. Hey y'all, I'm Angelic Renee, or Mrs. Outside, or Jelly, whatever y'all know me as, and you're watching yours very own on the U Network.
What's up, everyone? My name is 911. Welcome to Meet the Stars, New York City Nights at the Music Hall.
The hardest part about my craft is probably self-doubt. I think that is a major thing for any creative. People have to wake up every day and choose that they believe their career is enough and what they do is enough for them every single day. You have to choose that for yourself. So I think that's the hardest part, because there are some days that I do want to choose to give up, but I have to think further than giving up and push forward for myself. One of one. One of one. That's it. Very one of one. And when you're referring to my craft, I feel like I have multiple crafts. I take pride in being a very multifaceted woman. I work really hard in every single thing that I decide to dedicate or learn. I make sure to perfect that, not only for me, but for other people, because when I work with them, they're reflecting me. So I think that's very important.
Welcome to my humble abode. Welcome to the famous Angelic Soul studio, Mrs. Outside studio. I'm in the process of designing something right now, so this is this. Coming soon. Coming soon. Yes, these are my clothes, my little workstation. Everything goes down in this little corner. This corner is my home. I do everything here. I create here, I design here, I edit here, I cry here. I do it all. This is literally my space. You already know the backdrop. Y'all notice, like, this is more a part of my brand than anything else. You see the backdrop? You know Angelica just posted, you gotta tap in. Like, the minute you see this, Los is using this. Nobody. Don't copyright me, I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, this is my space. I do everything in here, I create in here. Yeah, that's really it. Yeah, I feel like creativity and inspiration go hand in hand. I don't know, I've always been inclined since I was younger to like arts and crafts, to like anything creative. My mom always kept me fly as a baby. Shout out moms. Yeah, so I feel like my mom always kept me fly as a young beau. So I feel like, yeah, shout out my mom. And from there, like, I've always just found myself looking at things like differently. I've always looked at like clothes as whatever I wanted them to be. I've always found myself where I'd be like, oh yeah, how can I turn this sock into like something I wear on my head? Like, I've always found myself inclined to be different and want to do different things with creativity. I'm still figuring that out. I'm definitely still figuring that out. It's a process. You know, you have your highs and your lows, and the lows are hella low, and the highs are hella high. Or sometimes, like, I get super fixated on the potential for things to be low that I can't even like fixate on a high moment. Like, I'll go through a big accomplishment and I won't really acknowledge that it happened, because it's like, oh, okay. Now, I'm always thinking about how can I elevate myself? How can I do better for myself? What's next for myself? So whenever people ask me what's next, I'm like, hey, what is next? I don't really know. But I would say earlier this year is when I really decided to pursue styling for myself. I feel like since I was younger, I've always styled myself. I've always been true to what I wanted to wear and not really caring about what other people were wearing. But I think more this year is when I turned to starting my career, but understanding that because I am working for myself is very stagnant. So I have to really be confident in who I am and my passion and my drive for myself for it to turn into the career that I envision.
Okay, funny story. I started off as a fucking joke. This literally started off as a joke. I was watching Get Ready For Me on TikTok, and I was like, oh, I should do that, whatever. And I was late to work, so I was like, oh, I'm about to go Get Ready For Me. You know, if you're already late to work, you might as well just be more late. So I was like, all right, let me make a Get Ready With Me. made a get right with me. I posted it. People were fucking with it. So I was like, eh. And then I stopped. So I was like, okay, it was a joke. And then one day I just woke up and wanted to continuously do it. And then those videos put me out there and put me in a marketplace or let me network to do the things that I do, to model, to creative direct, to then want to become a stylist. Like, I've been styling myself for my whole life. So I think I had to work up the confidence and other people giving me confidence.
What a question. I like these questions. What is my definition of fashion? My definition of fashion is whatever feels true to you. I think fashion is different for everybody, but I think fashion for me particularly is walking out the house and feeling like I'm the best person that I could be for myself when I have said outfit on. Like, I think that my outfits project my mood, and I say that very often when people ask me. I think that fashion is anything you want it to be. You can draw on a sheet, and that could be fashion. Like in Roman times, literally, wearing a sheet was called a toga, and it was a sense of fashion, and there was no sense of criticism for it. And even if there was criticism, like, people were still wearing it. I think people let criticism and society shift how they view themselves and how they view what is fashion to them. But I think fashion is just putting on what you feel like is true to you and what makes you feel like your best self. That is what fashion is.
Oh, you want to take one? All right. Do that. Just let me sit the
And the crowd was
they went crazy. I was about to say they went crazy.
Make some noise, y'all. What the fuck?
The best feeling out of doing my job, the confidence I provide for others. I think that's the biggest thing when I style people. I want to make sure that when I style people, they feel their very best self from head to toe. Like, when they walk out the house, they feel like not even a 10 and 1,000. I want them to feel fire. I want you to feel like if you're a woman, you're a bad bitch. If you're a man, you're the flyest in the building. Like, that's really how I feel. And I feel like that's why I do it. I want to do it so that to make people feel better. Everything that I do is to make people feel better. Like, I grew up on the expression, one kind act a day could make a person's whole day better. So I try to do that with everything that I do, not only my profession.
Ooh, what zone I bring to the fashion world? That's a difficult question to answer for sure. What do you feel like you bring? And to be honest, I don't find myself looking to bring an addition to anything. I like what I put out. I like this outfit. I am simply just broadcasting my life to y'all, and y'all are taking it for what it is. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. If you like it, you like it. It's very much more for me than it is for other people. And that's what I feel like in terms, I can't say I bring an addition. I can only bring my mind, and people that understand my mind will understand my mind and my creative process. And people who don't understand it simply just don't understand it. But at the end of the day, it's only for me to understand and for other people to enjoy or not enjoy. Yeah, I can factor my passion, but I feel like I'm so much more than just fashion in a sense. Like, there's so many things that I don't post on social media that a lot of the people don't know. Like, I'm an like a super heavy reader, and it's like that's not something I really advocate on social media. And it's not really that I'm trying to fit a brand. It's just I don't really know how to intertwine the things. I am in translation right now of finding out, because at the end of the day, you're building an audience. So if you are a fashion creator, people are intending for you to stick to fashion, but it's like fashion is not all of me. When you think of Angelica, you shouldn't only think of fashion. I want people to think about my personality and me being kind and the things that I present to people to feel comfortable, comfort. I want that to be my impact in the overall world, not just the fashion world.
That's what we're here for.
VU Network.
It's Trinity. I just met her today.
Yes.
She's one of the best hair content creators on the internet right now. If not the best. If not the best. See these locks? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And this is one of the best fashion designers. And this is one of the best multidisciplinary artists and writer. Make sure y'all go cop this book. She ready, he ready, we ready. Shimmy. That's it.
That's a hard question. How would I describe my style? I would say versatile. I do go on like what's trending at the moment, but I also go based on whatever my heart says. Like, I'm the type of person who, when I step on the store, I'm not looking per se at the price tag. I grew up in very unfortunate circumstances, so I know what to look for. Like, some of my outfits, I've copped jeans from the dollar store and made it work. I've copped high-end pieces, and I don't feel like my fashion and my style has a price tag to it. So I think that's what makes my style unique. That's what makes it versatile. I try to switch it up as much as possible. I try to take from other people that I see that are very inspirational. Like, I do see other influencers and I take from them. I even see some of my friends and I take from them and I try to incorporate it in my style. So that's why I say my style is versatile. What makes me different? What makes me different is my story. I think everybody's story is what makes them different. I think where I'm from makes me different. I think how I look makes me different. I think everything makes me different. Everybody's different in their own way. I think they're different in a good way, not in a bad way. Everybody's story is their own. My story is mine, your story is yours. Thank you for listening to mine. I hope you tell yours one day. And that's it.
My back. I'm not gonna lie. Once you get in that mid-20s, that back started acting up. Ugh. It's a great question. If I could style one person, who would it be? Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor, 1,000%. 1,000%. I think her sense of fashion and mine, chef's kiss. Tiana Taylor, when you watch this, hit me. What makes New York special to my fashion? There's genuinely no place like New York. You know, everybody could say bad things about New York. New York's dirty, sure. New York's expensive, sure. New York has rats, sure. Like, New York's traffic, sure. Like, okay, but like, the love that's in New York is just unbeatable. Like, the community that's in New York is unbeatable. Like, yeah, we could be rude, but like, when you're not being rude, like, that sense of community, it's just always there, and I feel like that's what you need when it comes to fashion. When it comes to fashion, when it comes to anything that you do, if you're an artist, if you're a photographer, if you paint, if you are a model, if you do anything, a designer, that sense of community is literally what elevates you. I would not be here doing what I do if I didn't have that sense of community to motivate me every day, to motivate me to get out of my bed. And I feel like that's a love that's only given in New York. New York understands how to grind. New York understands how to, like, the expression, get it out the mud. Like, that's very much New York. We are about that bread. We make our money. We do what we love. And it's like, I wake up every day doing what I love, but I also encounter other people that do what they love and elevate me to do what I love. And I feel like that's the only thing that you can find in New York. And it's like, New York fashion is so versatile from when you go to like every different borough. We're not gonna even count Staten Island, I'm sorry, safety. We're not even count that. But yeah, the style in the city versus like Brooklyn versus Queens versus Long Island versus Harlem, like those are all different, the Bronx, like those are all different styles that you're gonna find but could still be intertwined, where you go into a room and you're seeing all these people from different places, from different boroughs, and you're seeing their sense of style, and it's like, oh, I like that, I fuck with that. I bet it's not like you're biting, but it's like, I bet you've inspired me in a sense. And I feel like New York fashion is very inspirational. You feel me? Fitted caps on the brim, Nike brim, always. Shimmy, that's it. It's Angelica Renee, or Mrs. Outside, or Jelly, or Soull, or Angelic Fist 333. Whatever y'all know me as. I am from Queens, New York, and you are watching New York's very own on BU Network. It's the big Angelic Renee, big Mrs. Outside. You already know, top stylist, top creator in New York City. Thank you for watching BU Network. See you.